You can build a business teaching people how to write, the same way I could build a business teaching people how to arbitrage leads or arbitrage anything, or create an affiliate marketing business, or create a business where you're now a lead gen agency generating leads using surveys. I can do all of that. You can do the same thing with your skill set of copywriting. So you can build a business all around that. I know people that do it with all of the digital info products. And the best thing about that is you have no cost for the knowledge that you're gonna give. Think about this, right? You guys are all here. I've been doing lead gen for 20 plus years. And I say this all the time, and my daughter's about to go to college. If someone spent a year with me, sitting next to me, learning all the ways that we're making money, and you're seeing exactly how we're doing it, versus you going to a college for 4 years and paying 80 grand a year, and now you're at 320K when you come out, and then you're like, all right, well, what do I want to do with my life? Versus you being with me for a year and learning just by watching what I'm doing, the exact thing, and now you're ultimately taking all the knowledge that I have, and I'm fast tracking your success by you taking my 20 years. And then from that point on, you take that and you run with it. It's a no-brainer. I can guarantee I'll outperform you all day long. That's why it's all around experience, experience, experience. I don't know, I did something with one of my health insurance guys where he was talking about funeral expense. I don't know if you guys saw that or not. I forget what it was, but when I was showing him the whole thing, if it was me like training him how to do this, I think I backed it out to like hundreds of thousands of dollars that he could be making in a year. And I was like, all right, would you pay me $1 million to be able to make 700,000? Well, maybe you'd be underwater. Would you pay me 500,000? Probably. But think about this, even if would you pay me 700,000 to break even? Once you learn the skill set, it's with you forever, right? Even though you make money for that first year, that doesn't mean that it stops. You're only gonna continue to make money. I mean, I hate to talk about all the things we've done, but we've generated a lot of revenue. You know, I never thought I would do this. You know, you always wish, like, oh, I wish I make 100 million. I wish I make 100 million. Right? Like, I always thought if I made 100 million, I was going to win it by like playing the lottery, or like being on some like dumb show, or investing in a dumb penny stock that goes up. And like, I never thought that like we would do it through like just hustle and hard work. All right, and we've done it. Right now, my mindset's like, oh shit, now I want to make $1 billion. Now I got to start wishing for $1 billion, and you know, getting my mindset, you know, back to there. And like everybody has their different goals, but like everything's attainable. It's just like we said earlier, it's scaling. Once you find something that's working, a lot of people don't realize that they have a winning formula. They just need to do it a lot more times. You don't have to come up with 1,000 things. You just have to figure out one thing that works, and then just continue to see, does that market have the volume that I need? Earlier, they were talking about ACA leads, right? With health insurance. It's a big thing. I'm not saying you guys to go and do that, because there's a difference between like doing lead gen for like back-end B2B companies versus if you're like doing the coaching and wanting to work with people and teach them something that you have some expertise on, where you want to make an impact on somebody's life. I'm trying to work with people and take it to the next level and see that transformation from you today to later on in your life, where whatever's going on and you're not happy is going to change, right? And if I'm a small piece of that, if I can make an impact, that is so powerful to me. And those are the things that I'm looking to do in like the back end of my career. So I'm getting more involved in this whole like self-education, digital info products, teaching my knowledge of what I've learned to other people. And I'm just trying to figure out how I can package it in the right way for people. And I also have to figure out who it is I want to work with. Like a lot of people here are beginners. If I'm being completely honest, I don't know if I want to work with beginners. I may want to work with people that already have a business, they've got it going, and now like I'm here to help them scale it. I'm here to show them other strategies to get them more leads in the door. If you already have a business and you just need leads, well, I know how to generate leads. If I show you that and you can go and get qualified leads, now your business will scale a lot faster than somebody that's a beginner who someone gives us, you know, 25 grand and now like they're still struggling. They can't figure it out, or they don't take action, or for whatever reason. I don't want to be like yelled at or telling me I suck or for whatever reason because they're not successful and they paid. I've seen that with other people. And that's why, like, for me, I don't know if that's something I want to do. However, I would do something in the certification for beginners. So I have a call with someone on Thursday I'm talking to about this, to build it out, where I can show people, beginners, how to arbitrage media, how to do lead gen, how to do the surveys. And then as you go through these programs, we then stamp you, when you know what you're doing, as certified lead gen arbitrager, certified survey detective. And then you have some sort of like badge that you can put on your site that we would give to you. That just gives you credibility that we've signed off that you know what you're doing. We've taught you, you know what you're doing. And then when they get to that point and you're there, that's where like I'll do group coaching, but like where you start to move up and ascend, that's where I'd want to hang out with you guys. And that's where like you come into like inner circles and masterminds and live events and getting together and doing things like that. But at the same time, also me taking you on my journey as I'm doing this, because I'm building this Server Detective platform and doing it for coaches, doing it for B2B companies, so you guys can see it as it's evolving. Man, it's just a question of if I want to do it. I know it'll work if I can get my act together. You're a copywriter. So one, you can have an info product business, same thing. There's people out there that are doing it already, teaching copywriting. Yada Golden does it. You can go and see they have these programs where they like either have an agency where they're doing it for people and they're paying them for their services, whether it's, you know, copy on a landing page, or maybe you're doing it for emails and you're doing email sequences. If you can niche down, right, you can bounce around to all of them, or you could be the expert with email sequences that people don't want to write. You can do it for them. You can do it where you show them how to do it. Some people want to learn how to do it. For me, I don't want to learn how to do it. I'd rather pay somebody. I'd want somebody to do it for me. I focus on what I'm good at, and then I want to hire people that do things that I don't do. And that's the best way. Like I triple down on my strengths. So that's the way that I would recommend you guys do that. So I actually just started that biz teaching people how to copyright. 2-week program at $100 delivered daily by email. The thought is to use it as a funnel for high ticket coaching program, challenges distribution. Haven't found much success with Facebook ads, so thinking about Google. What's missing in my thought process? Okay, well, first off, you're going down the right path. One, you don't have to pay for any of your knowledge. It's free. You have experience, and if you're good at it, first thing I would do you have any case studies? Have you done it for anybody? Do you have any of your own that have worked? I would see like, what have you done already that makes you an expert and that I want to come and work with you, right? How do I know that you know what you're doing? So do you have any of that? If not, maybe do it for some people for free and then let them have success, and then they use that as a case study. You know, I do that for surveys, right? I'm doing some things for people where I normally wouldn't even do it for them, but I'm just doing it to prove out the concept, right? I'm not really charging them much. However, if I start buying media, that's where I'll start charging them because I have a cost. I'm not going to lose money, but like my time of me sitting there brainstorming and putting it together for them, you know, is valuable. But I'm doing it for a longer term play. Understanding who you're targeting is a really, really important thing. There's a lot of people that need copywriters in a lot of different industries. And the way that you are going to compete is when you can figure out of who you are serving. Then you can speak to them, you can talk to them, you can understand them, and then you go after that niche, right? You know, have you guys all heard about the like red water, blue water? So red water, blue water, the idea is like, think of it as an ocean, right? There's sharks. And if you see a lot of red water, it means the sharks are crushing somebody, right? They're eating up and there's food and you're hungry, but you're gonna have to battle all these sharks, right? There's a lot of competition. That's where all the big players are playing. But when you niche down, you're targeting moms, and then you start to niche down. Now it's soccer moms, and then it's soccer moms with 3 kids. It's soccer moms that live on the East Coast. It's soccer moms that have 3 kids, live on the East Coast, and right? And you got to figure out what that market is, right? And you would speak to it, right? It's like if you're in the relationship business, you could be focusing on people that got divorced that are single and have children, people that are single, have families, and trying to create a blended family, right? If you have experience with that, then you can teach them that, right? But those are very different targets that you're going after, and you got to speak to those people. So you got to understand who it is you're looking for on the copywriting side. But yeah, man, you're definitely down the right path. For me, I think I'm seeing like challenges working really well. I might do something like that. Get somebody to come and hang out. I'll teach you for 5 days and then upsell you into something if you want to stay. If you don't. So that could be a process, so you add value. What I've learned so far, when I first started this business, I would never go on stage. I didn't want to tell anybody like how to do anything. I just felt like all these competitors would take all my knowledge and go and compete with me. What I realized was I can teach everything I do to somebody. 99% of the people are still going to want to work with me. They're still going to want to be around me. 1% of the people might be able to take that information, go on their own, and then build a successful business, and good for them. But don't hold back. The way I look at it is I just give you everything, give you the value. I'm not going to hold anything back, no secrets, because it's just not easy. It's just not. And you're going to want to be around other people that are doing it, because there's more things than just showing you like the how to do it part of it. And things come up all the time. You know, people make mistakes. But there's a lot. I mean, I could show you, like, I'd love to see what your value ladder is and tell me what you're doing in that survey, or so we can understand it and I can kind of circle back with you.